discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, this video is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering you a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial membership. All you need to do is go to audibletrial.com/BGUnlocked. The link is in the description below, and now enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for The Captain is Dead Lockdown, the second episode, I guess, in their series. Which, first of all, I gotta say, I like how they have episodes for, like, individual standalone games that correspond to their overarching story. And I think, I'd have to look it up, and I know I mentioned that there's more to this. I think the third one is you escape, you take their ship, if you succeed, you take their ship and you crash land onto an alien planet. And I think you have to do probably something similar, on that with just different mechanics. Which is interesting, because there's not a whole lot of games that are standalone episodes, So, with this being relatively similar to the original Captain is Dead, because the actions are all the same, you have your people that are also the same. You have your actions, you have your innate skills to do the places, you need skill cards, and you're trying to once again crank this up to try and escape.
Right.
So that we already know we like from the original Captain is Dead.
Right. It's pretty well. I mean, it's the same game mechanics, just in a different setting with kind of a different deployment of the threats.
Yep. So with that being said, what do you guys think of Lockdown?
I liked it. Yeah, it was fun. It felt a little more daunting. I mean, maybe it was just our hero draws.
I think
this turn.
Yeah.
This game, nobody got a commander.
Yeah.
And your skill was really cool after a certain upgrade.
Exactly.
So maybe we didn't get so lucky on the draw of our heroes, but we had a good group there for a bit, and then it just started spiraling out of control.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It did feel more daunting. It felt more difficult because you're dealing with a concealment of which goes down for 6 different things. One of which is just killing people, so that inherently makes the soldier fucking useless.
Right.
Until you get a certain upgrade, then it's like, oh great, now I'm amazing.
Right.
So
I thought the game was gonna get super easy.
I thought
when we got that upgrade,
exactly.
I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be a fucking joke now.
that's
I mean, we've got like the murder monster over here,
and that's what I was thinking. And it was for a while. We got what two notches up? Yeah, we did. But then that anomaly hit, and we were just like, okay, I cannot kill fast enough for this, and we weren't getting the science draws. We weren't getting any fucking draws to get rid of it. So it was like, okay, well that route to victory is not happening.
Right, yeah, the draws weren't working out.
So yeah, I think I'm conflicted because there were so many things that went wrong that I don't know if that's what's making me not so much care for this iteration. Kat, what do you think?
Well, I just didn't like who I got as a person. Like, I know I chose him, but the ensign sucked. Like, I thought he was gonna be super useful, like slinging cards all over the place, and he was for like the first 2 turns. But like, I had those 3 engineer cards in my hand like forever.
Yeah.
And I finally got rid of him just because we were like, yeah, let's just give him to someone.
Yeah.
And then I had no cards in my hand.
Right.
Because the game was fucking way over by then.
Yeah. I would agree.
So I think that really put a ding old thing.
Yeah. Like it was either because the ensign. Like, I think he just sounds cool, but with that 4 hand limit, it's like, it's like, dude, like, I'll just take the actions and just give these cards to someone, especially because we have the comms. So he's not even useful that way. You can't freely give through the comm systems.
Yeah,
so it's like, I'd rather just give them from anywhere throughout the ship for an action versus for free. And have to be in your location.
And he can move to you, like, he can spend an action to easily move 4 spaces.
Yeah, 4 spaces.
Which is only helpful when the teleporter's down, which is hard. I mean, in this particular game, it was hardly ever.
The janitor is superior.
I would agree, because the janitor says what? May spend actions when unlocking or hacking systems, or when raising concealment level or powering up the launch bay. Yeah. Because then it's just like, oh great, I only need those three engineering cards, and then boop, there's four of my actions to knock this up. It's almost like I mentioned in the other Captain is Dead, is who you get will wildly dictate how easy or difficult this game is. Mm-hmm. Just like Pandemic, it's the exact same way. That it's like you were very helpful. I was helpful only after we got an ability. If we didn't have that, I would have been useless. Mm-hmm. It would have been virtually impossible because you would have had two useless characters and you would have been the only one doing anything.
I mean, the only other way I can think of that one maybe working is like getting hyper aggressive early game and just saying fuck the concealment.
Yeah.
Which it's pretty easy to, like, if you keep this up, mm-hmm. you know where they're gonna come.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's impossible to do the high risk build if that goes down.
But even then, it's not, because with her ability, you still lower concealment per each alien. Mm-hmm. So it's like if there were 5 infantry, that's 50% concealment down. It's only one action, great, but then it's like, oh, well then I can't do that again because we'll lose concealment. Even though the set to kill doesn't cause us to lose immediately, it just means that now they're just going to kill us instead of capturing us.
Right.
And then that's the other way we can lose is by then the soldier would have been gone. I would have had the weapons officer, and he would have been useless because we never got the grenades. Mm-hmm. Even if you use grenades, it's just like, oh great, more concealment going down. So I don't know. I didn't really like how you had to have specific things to make specific characters work. Like, I like the idea of having characters. Like, I don't mind having, you need the janitor, or you need an admiral, or whoever it is. I don't mind that so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just don't like that you have to have that in addition to upgrades.
Because then it basically tells you, like, how to play.
Yeah, pretty much.
One thing that really sucked for me is not only was I a useful hobo just trotting around the ship, I never even got anything cool. Like, you guys got the contraband.
Oh right.
And by the time I started killing people, you're like, no, that's
yeah.
And I was like, I want to fucking shank.
So how do you get tools in this game?
Storeroom.
Oh.
Storeroom.
Yeah, which we never went to.
Oh yeah, we never did.
Oh yeah, because the only time I wanted to go there was because I got it confused.
Yeah, Chief Engineer would have made the launch bay a much more viable option.
Really?
Yeah. She can use engineering and alien language cards interchangeably.
Oh, gotcha.
But she can't use her skill discounts that way. So her skill discounts always...
What's her hand limit?
6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
So she still wouldn't be able to do it because...
7.
Yeah.
Well, no, she would have had... She gets 2 discounts towards engineering, which just have to be engineering. But then her cards...
I see. I thought you meant she just couldn't use her engineering.
But then she can use her engineering, like, all over the place.
Yeah.
Because it can be in alien language.
Yeah. So once again, I think
only launch bay, sorry.
I think the difficulty for this came with we just happened to have just a bad group of people. What do you guys think of the player elimination?
I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. Because whenever they said player elimination, they said it even in the rulebook. They're like, we have a controversial mechanic, and it is. A lot of people don't like player elimination. Because it's like, well, I don't get to play. I think they did the wrong terminology there because it's character elimination. If the soldier dies, I'm not done playing.
Right.
I just get a new character, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Now, if it was like, and they even said they set up this game to where your character at least shouldn't die until later in the game.
So they're not actively trying to kill you.
Right. And so
you a whole hog. You can die easy.
Exactly. And it's like, and they even said you can do it a couple ways. One, you can do it to where, yes, if your character dies, depending on when it happens, let's say it was way late in the game, then yes, I only have the soldier, so yes, I am done playing. Now it's up to you two. And then if everyone dies, it's one way you lose. But the other way they said you can play is, depending on if it's way early, then you can be like, oh, the soldier's gone, now I got the weapons officer. So you get a little flexibility instead of just being a hard rule of, sorry about you. The other thing about it was, it's thematic, but I feel like that the way the aliens... And I understand why, because it's their ship, and they're doing stuff, and they're going to keep taking us back to the infirmary, and they're going to be You know, they're gonna have patrols, and that concealment's gonna go down. Then they're eventually gonna kill us. I get all that. I just feel it was like needlessly complicated. Like that was the biggest thing, was the different alien types.
Convoluted.
Yeah, almost. It was like, I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah.
I think it's just because it's so different from the other one. Because the other one, the aliens they teleport onto your ship and they're just there.
Yeah.
And that's all they do.
Right, that's just their grunts.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they wanted to communicate more that we're on their turf.
Yeah.
So there's going to be rank and file.
Yep.
With different effects.
Yeah.
Which would have played more into it if you didn't just murder them all.
Exactly.
Go.
Yeah,
we would have felt it a little more then.
Right. So maybe that's what it was, because I didn't really care about what they were doing, because I just ran in and just guns blazing.
It's like, what color are you? How many colors?
Yeah. Yep. Just kill them all. Which felt really cool because I would get to wipe a board. And yeah, that might have been the case. I think, let's see, improvement plans. Remove a honeypot, linguist, to a role that doesn't have 2 alien languages, you get the discount. As a free action, do not draw an alert this turn. Is there anything about, there's nothing about the launch pad. So like in the base game, you have the automatic, you fixed it. Screams in space. Remove up to 3 hosts from any location or locations in the prison as a free action without lowering the concealment. What I will say, and this was it's kind of controversial to what I was saying earlier, but I like how they because in the other, Captain is Dead, the upgrades were nice, but they were almost, out of the way. You had to go out of the way to get them. But if you did get them, then they're great. This one, at least with my character, they made us do some upgrades. Instead of the other one, because there's not a lot of anomalies in this one, and there's a bunch in the other one where it's like, we need to get rid of these.
But these anomalies were kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, honeypots aren't, they're not super terrible.
Yeah.
Damn, that spawner one was gross.
The one that dropped 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bad time. I mean, it was really only 1, because we never went to the armory. It was just the mess hall, which dictates based off your character and who you have. Yeah, do you think you would have had a better time if you weren't the ensign?
I think, yeah, because I mean, like, that greatly affects the game, is if you have a useless character, then you're a useless person.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to play a game like that.
Right.
Like, I don't want to sit down and do nothing for a fucking hour, which is what I did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after a while, you just kind of lose steam, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, because she didn't want, the hologram sounded really good, except he only moves via teleporter.
And I was very scared, because I told Seth, I was like, the game's called Lockdown.
Yeah. So unaffected by and can't kill hostile aliens except via the security station, so the armory would have been used probably a lot more. He cannot be injured. But if the teleporter or the computers are locked, he is returned to and confined in the security tower.
So then he can't be used.
So you would have probably also been useless. Yeah, I mean, I think out of the white, the janitor is by far the best one.
He's the underdog. I'm telling you, he's the
best one to have. Yeah, and especially because the computers and the teleporter got locked down a couple times, so he wouldn't have been inactive that much. But he gets 3 inherent skills. Yeah. Engineering, tactical, and science, and he can hold 8 cards.
Oh shit!
So
he's just really good utility, but has some limits.
Yeah. So he's limited.
Yeah. And if he's limited, I mean, it does hurt when he's down. Like, he wouldn't go down that much, but it would
hurt a lot. Yeah, because you'd
have to basically try to bring me back up. Like, you'd have to waste time trying.
Well, no, you're still locked in the security tower. If the computers are down?
Computers and teleporter are locked, then she is returned to and confined to the security tower.
So both have to be locked?
Just one.
Just one locked.
One or the other gets locked, and she's
she can unlock the computer, not easily enough herself.
Nope. Because if there are aliens in the security tower, the hologram cannot kill aliens.
Right, but
and you can't do anything else if there's an alien in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a heavy pro, but with heavy cons.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
The
ensign I will just never play as again. I will never give him another chance.
Yeah, like.
I didn't have any fun. That's not true. I had fun at the beginning.
I don't really care for the hack. Like, I mean, I guess it's if you really, really need to unlock something. But everything to unlock, one, it doesn't cause concealment to go down, and then but it's just an action in a wild. But you need those wilds for the launch bay.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Or literally everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how there are wilds in here, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that drastically makes it at least somewhat easier, because otherwise, because everything does start locked at the beginning of the game, thematically.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Devin, what do you like about this game?
Well, I mean, it takes, kind of techniques from the previous game and just kind of flips them around a little bit. I mean, it's pretty well.
You're more
the same game.
Yeah, you're more aware of where you're going, because you're like, I can't end here because then they'll just catch me and then take me back.
Right. It didn't feel like it felt more like a constant flow. Because the alerts in the first game were terrible. Like, there were some that were like, oh, meh. And then others were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's an 80% shield hit.
Right, and then this one was like, they're all kind of, okay, that kind of sucks, that kind of sucks. There was like one, the spawner that really wrecked our shit. But otherwise, they were pretty steady. A very steady curve.
Yeah, until you get to level 3, which is just like, alright, it's over.
I mean,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, the mob mechanic was interesting. Just like, you had to be really cautious of, the strategy you're taking. Very dependent on the systems that you do have up. Because you kind of build for, depending on your characters.
Right.
So.
I will say I do like the fact that it's, if you do kill everyone, then yes, this goes up. I like that a lot. It's a double-edged sword once again, because then you have to draw another alert, which is most likely going to bring people in, because that's all the alerts really were. We're just bringing in more people.
Right.
It was almost kind of like a tower defense in a way. And then, whereas in the previous one, it was just shield hits, or aliens did show up, or ships that would show up that you had to use missiles to blow up, otherwise you were going to get more fucked, along with anomalies. It just seemed the original Captain's Dead was more variety. This one was more honed into its theming. Which I will say, it still was very thematic.
Right.
Both of them are very thematic in their own right, which is really good for the art style and the kind of just abstract nature of the game.
I mean, I'd say, I don't know, I like the original.
I do too.
Yeah,
I would say I like the original better than this one.
Because it's just, I mean, if you like the original and you'll like this one, the episodic nature, I think they were just targeting the audience they'd already created.
Yeah.
I don't think they were trying to get any new people with this. They just wanted to put out more product.
Yeah.
That works, but was a slightly different.
I would agree. I will say I am glad that they, at least if they are doing the episodic nature, that they did change the way to, they didn't, make you play completely different. They weren't like, oh, here's new actions and all that. No, it's all, if you played the original, you know how to play this one. But they did it, they twisted it. And I like that, because you can you can own this one and the original and not feel like you're owning the same game. Especially when their third one comes out, if you want to do if you're a huge Captain's Dead fan and you just want to do a huge episodic thing, you could. Yeah. And I don't think you would get bored from it.
No, it still keeps you on edge and still keeps you thinking.
Yeah, which I feel like this one actually was almost more cooperative. I felt like you had to be more cooperative in your actions, and make up for the lack of a third person. No. Babe, was there anything that you liked?
Oh, no.
No.
Burn it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're right about the different level of cooperation, because you're on different terms. You have to cooperate more because you have to communicate more, because we're working with a language that we don't know technically. What?
I was just reading some of these contrabands. The contraband is a neat kind of mechanic too.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but one of them is unknown injection. If any aliens enter your location, knock them out for the rest of the game. Lay them on their side. You can kill them as normal, but while knocked out, they will not perform hostile alien actions. So you can just have them all just come in and you just inject them, and you're like, all right, shh, you're just there.
Just piled up in a.
They're not doing anything, but they're there.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this was an interesting kind of twist.
Is it infinite or just one-time use?
They're all one-time use.
Oh.
All the contraband's one-time use. These are interesting.
Yeah,
I like the veteran, how it's like, if you succeeded, you know, in the first game, you get a veteran ability.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, that would have really sucked if I didn't have Slippery because I...
Yeah, you would have been knocked out in the infirmary doing nothing. Why
I wouldn't have just left the infirmary. I would have been like, all right.
Yep.
This is it.
Doesn't it just say he gets that no matter what?
He can start with it. You can choose to start with Slippery.
Which why would?
And what you initially had was not as good.
Yeah.
Because I read them both and I'm like, Slippery, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. You guys want to play on Insane?
What's the one that says why bother?
Oh yeah, this is the one that you can start on that difficulty, which is why bother, which means you just need to get one.
Right.
We win!
Yeah, I don't honestly see any way of beating this type on Insane. This type of this game.
Unless once again, 7 people. I think that's it with both of them. You need 7 people to play on Insane.
Maybe.
Like, maybe it's like, okay, if you're playing with one person, you do why bother. 2 people is pointless. 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I would say probably hardcore and Insane, you need 7 people. Veteran and expert, 6.
Yeah, then you have access to everyone's special abilities.
Yep, because you do the individual colors per person. But, oh yeah, so what do you like about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, I like the way that they just keep continuing it and kind of make it their own, like, little series, in a way, but, I mean, you guys pretty much covered everything, like, I don't disagree.
Okay.
With anything that you said, like, it's not, I just didn't have fun with the ensign when it comes down to it. That's the only thing I didn't like.
That is fair. Alright, scale of 1 to 10. Kat, we'll have you start.
1, sorry guys, no. I'll keep it at a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
What'd you give the first one?
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
True neutral.
Alright. I figured you would have given this a lower rating. But
no, I won't. Because I know I would.
I won't have the ensign be the cause of my poison.
I won't let him ruin my life. No, I was angry during the game, so I don't want to be angry during the review.
Gotcha.
I'll give it some leeway. I'll keep it at a 7 because I want to play it again. I don't want to play as the ensign. So.
That's fair. I mean, statistically, you shouldn't get white again. You did, yeah. Devin, where are you at?
I think I'd give the last one a 9.
You gave that one? Yeah, you and I gave the original a 9.
Yeah. I mean, the original just because it was, the fact that this one's kind of recycled techniques, which it's like, it's more, it's like, hey, you like bread and butter, you'll like this, it's the same thing, more bread and butter. Well, just the fact that it's just somewhat unoriginal now, but at the same time, it was still fun. 7.
That's where I'm at too.
I'm
at a 7.
I agree.
I play it again. It'd be cool, if they keep making these episodes, like a game night out of them wouldn't be too bad because you're keeping the same theme with slight twists.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be too bad.
And you have, unless you alright, game 1, well, the ship blew up, so.
Yep, gotta replay it.
Yep, no, fuck that.
Right.
Mainly, where I'm at on less is you're right, it is still the same game, which is, you would think is not a bad thing. But I will say that I like the excitement of being attacked and having to survive. I like the theming of the first one more than I like sneaking around the ship and trying to unlock things. While I still like that it's different, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep this one just like the original because it would be fun to do a game night of like all captain is dead. It'd be interesting. Yeah, for some reason I am just on a 7 with this one. And who knows, more playthroughs and it's just like, oh, hey, we got the dream team now, so, because I'm curious as to what, if the Admiral if they're just rehashed, hey, instead of battle plans, you can do improvised plans, which aren't as good.
Right. I mean, we gotta work with what we're given.
Let's see, so Admiral may draw improvised plans from any location. Yeah, draw 2, choose 1. You get 2 random veteran abilities instead of 1.
Oh, wow.
And Sympathizer. So yeah, you're an alien.
Oh.
You're a Sympathizer.
Oh, it starts with 2 wild.
Yeah, 2 wild.
That's badass.
Is unaffected by hostile aliens. Cannot kill hostile aliens. Starts the game in the mess hall. May not use veteran abilities.
So he blends.
Yep. He's like, I'm one of you.
He's our
limit.
6, but it's
those 2 wilds are pretty great.
Yeah, then you have the Scholar, Science Officer, and Cyborg, unaffected by anomalies. None of them... Oh, I guess the wouldn't have been affected by honeypots. Yeah, I just wish they kind of changed these up a little bit more instead of literally being the exact same character. Yeah, Diplomat, Counselor, yeah, they're all the Tactical Officer, this is who I was in the original. After raising the concealment level, she may draw a random... Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought it would be... I don't know what I was expecting.
I was like, well, the Janitor was exactly... Well, not exactly, but yeah, and so was the Ensign.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to switch to him.
Yeah, may look at the top card of any deck as a free action on her turn as long as she is in the room with the system that controls that deck. So, I guess I gave them kind of secondary abilities.
I wouldn't expect them to change too much because, I mean...
Because it is the same character.
Yeah.
It's like thematically, it's the characters. What was your veteran of it? Oh, you were a researcher. Researching upgrades and anomalies cost you 1 less science.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one you had before Slippery. Which, in hindsight, would have been great, but...
But damn, did I just not get caught except once.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that was after it was just swarmed.
Yeah.
So, that's our thoughts on The Captain is Dead Lockdown. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this, and if you like this video, then click the subscribe button below to enjoy any video that I put out. And right next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Click that so you get notified of whenever I actually upload these videos. If you want to support the channel, you can definitely visit my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.